Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Clumsy Flying. How's everyone doing? Thanks for joining. Ooh, goodness. Stay safe, Tom. Hope everything goes well. Thanks for the heads up, no problem. Hoping for the best. Guys, hear me okay? See me okay? Thanks for joining, everybody. Welcome back. We are flying the helicopter again. Airbus H135, I think formerly known as EC135. That's the former model number. How is everyone? What have you guys been up to? Scotsman, first bro. How are you doing, bros? King D, thanks for joining. First, close enough. Hey, Patrick. Fancy seeing you here again, and Chi as well. Thanks, guys, for joining. And Tom, yes, good luck. Let's hope everything goes well. So yes, today we are flying the helicopter again, but somewhere very different. We have been exploring World Update 4 last week, and I've been enjoying the new sceneries, the new cities and whatnot, but France is humongous, right? It's a big country, and there are so many different kinds of landscapes. Very timely, Skypark, one of my favorite apps, released a new set of missions where they call it Maribel Alpventures. Very witty, but yeah, it takes us across the French Alps, and I think we also pass through some specific landmarks, some custom-made points of interest from Microsoft from time to time. But yeah, mostly it involves us going through mountains, and as part of World Update 4, I think they call it DEM information, DEM data. That's basically how the mountains look, how sharp they are, the actual curvatures of each of the mountains. I think they got detailed information on that, so we should be seeing a much more accurate and much more realistic looking environment in the mountainous areas. If you've seen the Skypark episode recently, that was a good starting point for this stream that we're doing now. And in there, I also mentioned Buster, one of our subs, one of our bros. He actually took in some real life photos, compared it with the sim, and it looks almost 1:1, especially the actual mountains, the actual bends of the mountains. So pretty cool stuff. Let's go with this one. I picked a mission. Should take us from, I think we're starting off somewhere, yeah, here, southeast of France. A bit more settled, calm, and then this one is when we really get the second leg, is when we really get to the thick of things, the peak. I think it goes up to 8,000 feet. So if you look at the elevation data, that's how it looks. So from the beginning, we have a bit of mountains or hills, and then it levels out, and then this is when the French Alps start. Highest obstacle is 8,000 feet, but should be no problem for our helicopter. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, looks like plains in the beginning, 1,992, and then that goes extremely interesting later on. It also pays very well, but the XP is humongous compared to other contracts that I've seen. Like, to put it in comparison, this 433, I think this is the entire UK tour. The tours that I've finished in like 2 months. We can get that same XP for just one mission here. Because the mountains, they do prove challenging, especially depending on the weather. I'm not sure how the weather looks now, but I hope we can do some live weather action. We'll see. Maribel is a very challenging airport to land at. Ah, is that the one? Because it says here Robert Merlos, but all the missions go to here, so I'm assuming that this is Maribel. Just don't see the actual Maribel name in the airport. Also, yes, you might have noticed that cool feature from Skypark. It actually auto hides. You can click on the bezel here, shows itself. It's very sleek, and then unlocks, and then you click on the sim again, and it locks itself and hides itself on the left side or right side, depending on where you want. Very nice user interface. Very friendly for sharing screen and whatnot as well. Alright, so let's pick this one. Let me just plug in the different airports here so I know where we're going. Lima Foxtrot, Juliet Echo. One sec, huh? Append. And then last one would be Lima Foxtrot Kilo X-Ray. There you go. Warming things up. There you go. That looks great. Just syncing it up with little nav map so I have a bit more information. Right, let's go. Also, I didn't notice I had 242 hours now. Looking pretty good so far. Racking up the hours as I get some virtual flight time. Is that the right mission here? Let me do something. There. That's the one. That's where we're starting off. Weather looks okay-ish so far. I will be turning off multiplayer though because there is a large bug. You know, a big bug in the multiplayer right now, and it causes a lot of problems depending if you encounter some players with different aircraft or different liveries. That's where all the stutters are coming from. I think last week we encountered that, and yeah, it's a gamble at this point, so we're not going with that for now. Hey crewman, it's Skypark. It's a separate app. Pretty cool. It's a paid app that adds some economy into the sim. Very nice, highly recommend it. Alright. I think we're good there. Let me go and fuel up. I think half fuel should be fine. Should it be that long a trip? We'll see if I regret that decision later. Let's load it up. Hey LL. Hey AE. Yes, I've started flying helicopters a few weeks back and I have been enjoying it immensely ever since. My goodness, I had no idea I would enjoy flying a helicopter. This was not a thing for me. I wasn't really interested in helicopters before, and then I just tried flying this because it seemed like it was getting traction, and my goodness, flying one is so cool, so immersive. There we go. Hey Hasib, how are you? What liveries are causing stutter? There is no confirmation yet, but based on what people are saying, it depends, because it depends if anyone is using some custom liveries. So if you are using a custom livery and the other player does not have that livery, it will cause that other player a stutter, because it's like that player will try to load the livery but it doesn't have it, and then it stutters. So it's not really any specific livery, it's actually any livery that is custom. So I guess that applies also with planes. Oh, it's a bit of a tight squeeze here. I guess we'll have to turn left, move to the left, because in order to avoid this building. Yeah, very nice. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Let's turn on the batteries here. Where have you been driving, Hasib? Have you landed on any rooftops yet? Actually, you know what? Not yet. Hey Bunky, thanks for joining. That's a nice badge. Hype train conductor. I like that. Pretty cool. Yeah, I've not seen many helipads yet. You can download some of them, but none of them have really captured my eye so much yet. And I think probably we don't have many helipads here in the Alps. Well, I guess some of them should, but not exactly. 1 second, huh? No transcode. Oh, thank you, Twitch. Yes, Twitch is that way. One sec, just replying to Mrs. Clumsy. Sun collector's roof. Sun collector's roof. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, solar panels. Yeah, not sure if that counts, but I guess technically it does. Okay. Yeah, let me turn off track IR first because it's too fidgety. Turn on the beacons here. Let's start the engine. And while the engine is starting, let's go and open the door so we can load up the cargo. Load up the back doors here. Pick up ice cream sandwiches. Ooh, I like the sound of that. So that's Skypark. If I load it up, even get some nice sound effects, and now we can go to the next airport. It doesn't simulate weight or anything like that though, so that part is still a work in progress. All good. All good. Yeah, that's why I just turned off multiplayer at the moment. Stutter. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. We'll see. Still can't hover, but flying almost every day. Oh, that's great to hear. Yeah, I also am having trouble hovering stably. I guess at some point it does work, but not so much. Let's go direct. Usually I just go direct here. Simplify things. Foxtrot, Juliet, Echo. This will be just like a marker anyway. Activate. There you go. That should work well enough. So now we should be able to go to GPS mode here. Or actually, you know what? I'll keep it in course 1 and I'll just enable the bearing here so that we know which direction the airport is. There you go. 125 miles. Wow. It's a bit of a distance, isn't it? Might regret not fueling up fully here. Nah, we can make that work. How are you doing, Jack? Thanks for the stream a while ago. Hey, To. Sorry, I'm having a hard time trying to pronounce the entire name. Sticking with the readable part for me. Hello from Canada in YouTube. Awesome. Thanks for joining. Glad you made it to the stream. It is Maribel. Lima Foxtrot Kilo X-Ray. I see. Where's the name come from? Oh, I have to make sure that the fuel pumps are on as well. There we go. Oh, I think there are even some specific sounds for it. For fuel pumps. Nice. Also, is it noticeable? I did buy some extra lights. Hopefully we have better lighting now. So I was getting OCD with my lighting on my face. Midday when the sun gets too bright, my face fades already. So let me know when it does get dark and we'll adjust it. 1 second, huh? Yeah, I think that's good. Looks good so far. Let's go to flight mode here. You guys want a map? You can enable the map here as well. Not that helpful though, but I guess it's something. Zoom out all the way. Can't even see it yet. That's fine. So how high should we be going? Let's go to 4,000 feet for now. This looks like the elevation in this runway in this airport is 2,000 feet already. That should be okay. Right, we have good engines. That guy is just walking so casually. I have a French livery. I think that's an emergency services company or thing in France. Does have a French tail number, so I think we're good with that. And this is a default livery that comes with the helicopter if you download it, so you can pick that as well. No need for an extra mod. Turn on the nav lights, strobes, taxi lights, P2 heat. Let's turn that on as well. Alright, let's get going. See how this works. 4,000 feet might be a bit too low where we're passing by, but we'll make it work. Arabic word. Hey Ahmed, what do you mean? Alright, let's move to the left here. Maybe not towards that house. And let's not maybe crash into the ground. There you go, that looks like a runway. Not really the way we want to go, but I think it's okay. There are landing lights here. Let's line up. Oh, I'm doing a very bad job at this. Let's go and stabilize first. Let me try and get familiar again, get my muscle memory working. There we go. Okay. Racing the collective bit by bit. You should also have an overlay on the lower left so you see the controls that I am using. Collective, the cyclic, and the anti-torque pedals as well. There you go. Should be straightforward enough. They also changed the sounds in the recent version. I'm not sure if I like it so much. Turn off the lights here. Might need to adjust it a bit later. I think it's a bit too weak, isn't it? Let's try to adjust it. So if I go to, I think I went down to around 20%. Yeah, let's make it like 30 or 40. Let's see if that's something that makes it feel more like a helicopter. Oh, did you guys notice that? There is a bug right now. I'm not sure if you noticed that already. If you press escape, be very careful with that. Once you unpause, everything, all your axis will be at 50%. Yeah, so even though you're like full throttle, let's say, once you unpause, everything will be at 50 and you have to refresh your axis. You have to move them, or throttles, so that they will fix themselves. Otherwise, it can be very catastrophic. Like I've seen reports in the forums that say their spoilers deploy mid-flight because of that 50% bug thing, and Microsoft hasn't really acknowledged that issue yet. Wanna be famous? Hey Alex. I was hunting session with Jack. Seemed like a lot of fun with the dogs. Meribel Airport is at 5639. Oh yes, that's true. You got it. All around it though is like 8,000 feet of mountains. Jack only shot you 3 times. Good. As good as can be hoped for. Sorry, I'm just checking my pedal, which I shouldn't be doing mid-flight, I imagine. Your flaps deployed with the CRJ mid-air. Yeah, exactly. That one. Do you have flaps assigned to your axis? And did you press escape? That's probably what caused it. Not the best weather right now, huh? Hopefully this clears out later on as we proceed, as we get to the mountains. At least Alex tries to run when you try and shoot him. I yeah, those dogs sure look adorable. I was actually tempted to do a similar thing here in Flight Sim today because we have a payware scenery called what is it called, Okavango Delta in Africa. And what they've done is they added so many animals to the scenery. I'm not sure if I want to, like, I think I want to explore it a bit, but I'm not sure if I want to explore it for a long time because it's payware. It costs like $36 here in my currency, so I'm not sure if it's worth the payment. I'm sure it will be cool. I'm just not sure if I'll be flying there for more than once. And there are some specific missions in Skypark as well, so we might give it a try soon. But for now, I really wanted to explore the Alps, so let's see how that works. Let's warm up things first though. Assigned to buttons. Spoilers were also assigned. Yeah, might be related. So in some cases it's harmless, but yes, in specific ones, depending on your mapping, it can cause havoc. So the advice is to not press escape at all, at least the unofficial advice. Hey Aussie, welcome back. How are you? Let me see if I missed some messages. Yes, feel free to join the Discord. Lots of how should we define it, guys? Happenings there. Yeah, lots of happenings there. Didn't run fast enough when the deer ran over you. Oh yeah, I saw the clip. Oops, sorry. Falling below here. Escape caused autopilot to go mad. I think I also experienced that. Weird, huh? Lots of stuttery bros in Discord, exactly. Hey Derv, thank you for subbing. Came out of nowhere. Thanks for following and subbing. Appreciate that, man. GG. Welcome to the bro zone. And if you have no idea what the bro zone is, don't worry. Stick around and you will for sure find out more about it. Because these guys here are the bros. Lots of stuff happening in the Clumsy world at the moment. Thanks for joining me on all those adventures, on all that drama. I never know what I'll find the next day when I read Discord. How's the audio level now, guys? Is it too loud? Is it okay? Let me know, alright? Can adjust it. Where, bro? You use the smooth track up for tracking. Is that the phone app? I heard that's very good and very affordable compared to Track IR. It's not as accurate, but it's very cheap considering. So for value for money, might be a good alternative. Audio is excellent. Alright, great to hear, thank you. Not much happening here yet though, isn't it? You know what I missed? I missed to log in to Bush Talk Radio. Oh crap. 1 second. Oh no. What's happening? Track IR is going crazy. Okay, there we go. Let's get back to 4,000 feet here. Let me see. Bush Talk Radio. Oh, there is something. This body of water that we are seeing. I think it's this one. No, it's not really this one. No, it's somewhere farther. There's another lake there. I'm not sure if that's so interesting, but there is something that's interesting. And it does sound familiar. You guys familiar with the, how do you say this? Milau Viaduct? Seems like we are on the way there, so let's go and check it out. Somewhere to the right. Just bought a head tracker. Nice. Is that track IR you bought? Oh, that's amazing. The new heli sounds like a Hoover. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm not sure I like it, but maybe it is more realistic. I only recently realized there are two distinct sounds, right? Depending on the type of engine. If it's a turbine engine like this one, you hear that really like whooshing sound because of all the air that's being pulled in. And expelled. But there's the other type of engine, the piston engine, the one where there are cylinders involved, and the one where it's very similar to how our vehicles are. I just realized I like that sound much better, because this one is a bit too clean, my point of view, too refined. I really want it raw. Z-Mod might be able to make a nice sound mod here. 10 USD, yeah? I see. Not so smooth. Not smooth as Track IR, but it does the job well. Yeah, I mean, comparing the price, right? $10 versus how much is Track IR these days? 200 plus? So yeah, there is really a huge price difference. But if you're doing Sims, if you're working on Sims long term, I think Track IR will be worth it eventually. But if you want to just start things off and see how it feels, see if you like the sensation overall, I think that's a very good idea. Starting off with smooth track. Track IR stutter. Indeed it was. It must be the lighting. Yeah, it's a bit more sensitive. Maybe it's reflecting too much. Track IR by Natural Point. Awesome, man. Congrats. Yeah, exactly. Jet sounds. And piston aircraft sounds.
Bro.
Where's the bro? Where's the bro? We have peace now in the Discord. It's nice to see people getting along. Kinda-ish. Most of the time, at least. You've not messed with the open track curves yet. Ah, I see. Maybe that can be refined further, huh? Yeah, looks good. So where have you guys been driving or flying? Anyone still on the Cruising Iberia event in Truck Sim? Or driving? Or have you been playing other games? Might need a bit of touch up here. 1 second. Does that work? Bit better lighting. Maybe one more. Is that too much? It's so hard to tell. I'll have to refine that further. Yeah, when I zoom in like that, when I put my head close, it gets so confused. The DAF 95, oh yes, with the Z-Mod N14, surely. My pleasure, man. Oh, there it is, I think, the viaduct. That looks like a humongous bridge in front of us, if you guys see it. World Update 4 with a heli. Oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Which areas have you discovered? I haven't been to Luxembourg yet. Who was it? Was it San Semiano who told me about it? That the Luxembourg is filled with mountainous areas as well. Would be nice. Takes the truck to a whole new level. Great to hear, man. Yeah, I definitely agree. I have an ETS2 episode coming up later on that, and I think I will be driving it for the foreseeable future. We'll see. No worries, Aussie. Somewhere in France, on the way to the French Alps. Eastbound rather. Somewhere southeast of France, I think. So I think this viaduct might be in Truck Sim. does sound very familiar. Milau Viaduct. Does it ring a bell for you guys? Let's maybe descend here a bit to get closer. It is in ETS. Merci. Perfect. You can drive over this, I imagine. I must have taken photos here. If this is a road, at least. It does look like a road. Well, I'm waiting for the Bush Talk radio tour. Come on, trigger. Then we'll try and hover around, take some photos. Enjoy the view. It's a bit gloomy though, huh? Let's see if we can liven that up a bit. Just... yeah, maybe something like that. The skies are overcast, so we don't really get that good of lighting. Ah, yes, I think I remember this spot. Looks very familiar. Massive bridge. Goodness. Still not playing? There you go. Should be playing anytime soon.
The Milau Viaduct is a multi-span cable-stayed bridge completed in 2004 across the Gorge Valley of the Tarn near Milau in southern France. In an Anglo-French partnership, it was designed by the French structural engineer Michel Verlocu and English architect Norman Foster. As of July 2020, it is the tallest bridge in the world, having a structural height of 336.4 meters. The Milau Viaduct is part of the A75 to A71 autoroute access from Paris to Béziers and Montpellier.
Yeah,
the cost of construction was approximately 394 million euros. It was built over 3 years, formally inaugurated on the 14th of December 2004, and opened to traffic 2 days later on the 16th of December. The bridge has been consistently ranked as one of the greatest engineering achievements of all time, and received the 2006 Outstanding Structure Award from the International Association for Bridge and Structural Engineering.
Does seem like it. Oh, that's a bit short. Alright, let's try to see if we can take a photo here. Oh, let's use the hover feature, right? I think there is an auto hover feature in here. If we are hovering already like so, there should be a way to hover if we go to AP mode here, so that we can take a proper photo. So get ourselves stable like so, and then this GTC-H avail, we'll just press that. There you go. And it should be able to hover us automatically. Keep on that path there, and you don't even need to pause. How cool is that? Yeah, they improved the logic. As long as you enter that hover, that auto hover in a stable state, it actually does a very good job. What the heck are those vehicles doing? I think they're coming from that road. They're climbing all the way and then descending. Yikes. Okay. Man, bridge shot. How can you refuse? It's a bit gloomy though, so I think I'd like to we can pause this, I think. Right, is that paused? Yeah, I think that's paused. So what we can do is tweak the weather a bit. There we go. So for some beautiful lighting, why not? Would be better if we were facing the opposite way though, right? I think that would be better. Let's see. Can we get rid of that hover for now? Alright, we're on our own. Let's maybe turn around. No, AP is still on. Turn off autopilot. There you go. Okay, let's get ourselves stabilized first. Let's turn to the left bit by bit. face away from the bridge. Something like that, I guess. Alright, looking good. And from there, I'll just go pause here instead of going into that hover and then go outside again. There you go. That's more like it. Bungee jumping. This is in Milau. Let me show you the map. That one. Right here. So this is, if I zoom out, looks like southeast of France, more or less. Kinda-ish. To the northwest of Montpellier. Yeah, something like that. Let's take some photos. How can we make this dramatic? Man, these skies really look beautiful, don't they? Perfect for photo taking. That looks good to me. There you go. Thanks, Alex. That looks like a lot more useful information. That one works great too. Awesome. Just don't duplicate this traffic behavior. Yes, that's good advice right there. Right, live weather. Let's get gloomy. Unpause. Stabilize again. Okay, I think we're good here. Nice. Alright. Can we test if we can go under the bridge? The problem is some of these bridges, they're fake. They look empty below, but they're actually walls. But we can try. We can try, and if we crash, if the sim detects us as a crash, we can always reload to the nearest airport and see how it goes from there. Okay. Normal SES AI. Back on Minecraft. Build Mrs. Jack a PC. Oh, nice. That's awesome. I remember that. Me and Mrs. Clumsy had that same face. I was trying to recruit her into playing PC games with me, and for a time she was into Minecraft as well. Built the house. Hunted some what do you call those? Kind of zombies kind of thing. Oh yeah, you can actually go through. Nice. That was nice. Those cars are kind of immersion breakers though, aren't they? Alright, let's go. Proceed. It's not over torque. Engine here. Oh, this is the city of Milau, looks like. Let's go and explore it a bit. Let me get lower here. Sorry I'm getting delayed on the messages, guys. I'll catch up. Hey Bug, how are you? Welcome back, how have you been? Very nice looking cities. I just love how Microsoft Flight Simulator is able to recreate these cities. Not even sure if this was handcrafted at all. I think this is just Black Shark AI. I think this is just like satellite imagery and then AI filling out the buildings. But it looks so good already even from here. How many? Less than 1,000 feet above. It still looks awesome, right? It looks so real. Goodness, that's beautiful. Okay, let's continue on. I guess we can try and trace that valley in there. Would be nice, interesting flight. Car driving over the bridge. I know, right, Cellabones? Some weird traffic behavior. So cool. Oh, not yet, Patrick. Thanks for the update. Ended talks with Microsoft, no deal? I see. Yeah, probably Discord is seeing a lot more potential than what Microsoft is offering. I guess that's a good thing, in a way. Remaining independent. Not sure how Microsoft buying Discord would affect us, but I guess I'm kind of thankful as well it didn't happen. Alpventures. Hey, pilot lad. French Alps. Yes, Alpventures is the set of missions in Skypark. That's what they call it. Very witty. Meribel Alpventures to be specific, that one. Actually, you know what? Let me try and hide it again like so. There you go. So I can easily pop it up and hide it as needed. Oh, that looks great. Let's go a bit lower here. Get under. More exciting, just follow the river. Bit more like get in the chopper. Like the Predator movie. Just flying low over the forest. Man, I love how the trees look though, right? So lush in this area. My goodness, that looks amazing. $2,500 looks good. Let's go with that altitude for now. And as long as we're proceeding on the right direction towards the airport we're going to, that sounds like a good deal to me. Good. That's true, yeah. GitHub, I think in GitHub's case it got better. I agree. So I don't think Microsoft buying things is necessarily a bad thing. Just don't really know how it will affect. But yeah, I think Discord on its own is doing a great job. So I'm not sure if it needs any Microsoft intervention in any case. So I guess that's a good thing. You know, what do you guys think about Discord? I think it's been getting so popular recently, especially with the current times, right? With people needing more virtual interactions. I think Discord has taken a lot of roles, not only in gaming but also now in classrooms. Have you guys heard of any like corporate environments making use of Discord? I haven't yet, but maybe it's only a matter of time. I think we're veering away from the destination. I will have to get out of the valley. Let's climb higher to 4,000 again. Hey Dolphin, how are you doing? Glad you could make it today. Discord got lucky with the pandemic. Yeah, I think they're one of the companies that benefited from the pandemic. And it's not anything bad on their side. They just got lucky. I guess similar like Zoom, right? Traffic below in motion, the river you can see. Oh, good catch, Sparksaw. How are you doing, man? Thanks for joining. Welcome back. Yes, doing great. Thanks for asking. Bought some new lights, but I think I want to tweak them. Once we get stable here, I'll go to autopilot and see, so we can tweak the lights a bit, get the hang of it. I think I'll need to adjust that as the sun rises and my curtains get brighter. I think I have to up my lights as well, because that's been ticking me off for the longest time. I think we need to climb to 5,000 here. recording bug. Using Discord, their small developer company. Oh, nice. That's great to hear. Cool. How are you guys liking it? What have you been using before? In my company, we're using Teams, which is, I think, trying to copy a lot of elements from Discord, trying to merge those ideas, trying to use those best practices. Coffee and cake sounds good, man. Just finished my coffee, but I sure would like some cake, especially cheesecake. It's a separate add-on, Scooty. Welcome to the stream. This is called Skypark. It's a paid application, currently in early access, but looking pretty good. Adds missions, so you have a purpose of flying. Yeah. Right now we are headed to the French Alps to deliver some goodies. Best user interface app I've seen. They sure know how to design an interface, and that makes the entire experience so much better. Not sure, can't remember how much. I would guess around in the $30 to $40 range. But you can Google Skypark Microsoft Flight Simulator. It should lead you to the website. I think you buy it from the Orbix direct page, because it might have a different currency depending on where you are. So I think it's better if you search there. And let us know if you do find the price for your region. Sure thing. He's quite about donuts. For sure you'd want to solo them. You used Slack before. I heard very good things about Slack. Yeah, I think it's the corporate equivalent of Discord. But with the home office, your full integrated Discord to the communication. Ah, I see. There you go. Thanks a lot, Alex. The link master. Alright, there we go. 5,000 feet. Let's keep it stable. Let's go altitude hold here, heading hold. And let's turn on the autopilot. There you go. So that I can fix my lighting for a bit. Turn off track IR as well. Let's see. Okay, experiment, because the buttons are a bit far from me. Turn on the preview in here. Not too bad, huh? Not too dark, not as dark as before. But I guess that's better. How does that look from your end, guys? The advantage of these lights, because they're movable, they have their own tripod. During our... We usually go on these virtual exercise classes, with fitness classes, me and Mrs. Clumsy. So oftentimes, like, I would have my light, and then because these are two lights, one from the right and one from the left, the other one I can give to Mrs. Clumsy, so she has a light of her own. It serves dual purpose. I don't get the reference, Shaq. I don't get what you're saying. What's that about? 12 4K monitors and run them off a potato? I'm sure it won't cause any stutters. Would it? You're bad. Just a little sample there of the excitement that happens in the Discord. Alright, I think lighting is okay for now. Let's get back, turn off autopilot here. Hand flying is so fulfilling in this helicopter. Slack got limitations like search history limit with the free version. Ah, I see. Discord is very powerful, huh? Even the free version, that's true. They can go sideways, yes. It's a very interesting aircraft. So weird in a way. Like it has two modes. Like when you get up airspeed like this, like when you go beyond around 70 knots, I guess it depends on the helicopter. But once you go past a certain limit or a certain level of airspeed, it kind of behaves like a normal fixed wing plane. But when you go lower than that, it starts feeling very, very different. Like almost like how it feels like the aircraft is transforming. Like there's a hover mode and there's like a flight mode, is how it feels. And when you're in that hover mode, when you have that lower airspeed, that's when you can go sideways and stuff. That's when it becomes more agile in a way. At least that's how I feel about it. What drama is happening on Discord? No drama. Everything is all good. We might have gotten a few new emotes. If you drop by the Discord, you'll see some of those interesting looking emotes by Jack. Not sure why he does them, but I just accept them, you know. If they want to have the emotes, then I just give them, and then they're free to use it. Wasn't me. Apocalypse Now style. I don't like the sound of that. What does that even mean? I hope it's nothing bad, but I think it is. Actually, I'm getting some nice looking mountains here already, but nothing like the French Alps still. These are very calm looking, I think, baby mountains, if I would compare it to the Alps. Warming things up. Flight of the Valkyries. Might have missed it. What's it about? But yeah, I haven't been the biggest fan of helicopters before. Like, yeah, they're functional. They're very how do you say? They're very useful, right? Especially on emergency situations in the military. But I don't know, I didn't really get interested in them, not like how I got interested in planes. But then again, now that I think about it, maybe I did get interested in the same way because I wasn't so into planes even before anyway. But then I tried Flight Simulator. If you guys remember, like how long was it ago, guys? 2 years ago, when we stared on the face of the volcano and lived to tell the tale. And that's literal. Not by choice though. But yeah, I got into flight simulators because of X-Plane, because it was on sale on Steam and I wanted to try it out. But I had no real interest in planes before. I guess it's somehow similar to how I had no interest in trucks before, right? And then I got ATS because I won a giveaway. And then the rest is history. I guess it's the same here. So I guess that only reinforces the saying that don't chalk it off until you try it out. Because yeah, when I tried flying a plane, I immediately loved it. Loved all the different things that you need to take care of, that you need to put in mind. And in the same way, here in the helicopter, flying a helicopter for the first time a couple of weeks ago, it was so refreshing, so different from a fixed wing. Super cool. Vietnam War movie, some great heli scenes, I can imagine. Hey, thanks for following, Scooty, appreciate that. Thanks for joining us and joining the fun. Volcano in the Azores. It was a volcano in not Fuerteventura, but the island beside it. The one which has 2 airports. Forgot the name. It's very famous. I think there was a major accident in one of the airports before, a runway incursion of some sort. The edgy optica plane. Is that the one with the dog? Not yet, not yet. I've seen San Simiano share it in Discord, but I haven't tried it myself. Have you? Frontier Pilot Sim. Ah, nice. Yeah, I think I've gotten an email from the developers about that, but I haven't had time. That's a great idea. Yeah, I should check it out again. Does it have a more polished economy system now in flight mode? Same islands as Tourist Bus Sim. Yes. Fuerteventura is the one in Tourist Bus Sim, right? I think it's to the east of that. Or to the west. Somewhere nearby. But yes, around those same group of islands. The name escapes me right now, but maybe it will come back later. Look at this, guys. This is what I love about Microsoft Flight Simulator. One more of the things I love. The live weather. Granted, it's not always 100% accurate, but more or less, it gives you a ballpark of what the real weather is at that place. And look at this transition. We're flying here. Super overcast skies. Literally cannot see the sky above. And then you see up there, I guess how many miles is that? Around 50 miles away. You see the clouds starting to thin out, and there the weather is much better. It's amazing how the actual weather is just mapped throughout the entire world, and as you travel you see that transition happening very, very slowly. You almost can't notice it sometimes when the changes are not abrupt, but here that just looks so good. You can even see the shading, the shadows that the clouds make here in the overcast skies. Everything is dark below, and then once the clouds start to clear out a bit in the distance, you can see actually the sun seeping through. It's so good looking, and that's still from afar, right? No render distance problems like mountains popping up. I'm not sure how they do it, but amazing stuff. I wish ETS2 could do something like this as well. That would be the next level. Very good free mod. Looks like a helicopter with jet engine on the back. Yeah, I saw it. It looks like a helicopter slash plane. Exploring very basic cockpit. Yeah, at the moment I think the cockpit looks very basic, although the dog is a huge advantage. I think the developer is even actually trying to, or planning to make the dog animated and putting in different dogs there. Possible to fly them, or to fly with them. Developing the Azores map for ETS2. What is the Azores? Is that what you call those group of islands? I think it's the first time I've encountered that term. They've made the economy trading system much clearer than it was. Nice. Maybe I can check it out again soon. Let's see. If maybe by next week there is not much updates in the flight sim world, and if I see that has potential, maybe we can stream it next week same time. It does qualify as a flight sim in a way, so it would fit the day. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Thanks for reminding me about the chat. Our fuel is not doing very good, is it? Dang it, I think I have to stop by nearby airport. I think there is somewhere on the right. Let's see if we can drop by there. Bit of a detour. I think it's important. Now, where could that airport be? Should be close. Lima Foxtrot Mike Sierra. Is it that one in front? Could be. Not sure how far away it is. Let's see. Little nav map is so powerful in this way. It's 11 miles away. So we should be seeing it already. Somewhere, I guess either that point or this point. One of those. I'm still a bit I'm still not very used to like gauging distances based on visuals. Let's try to slow down here and start descending. Alright, LL. Have a good one, man. Thanks for dropping by and hanging out. Catch you soon. Ah, I see. 9 volcanic islands that belong to Portugal, including Fuerteventura. Ah, okay, so that might be the Azores then. Yes, you're right. Where we were. I just didn't know that was the name for it. Right though. Enjoy. Catch you next time. Have a good one. Guys, see any airport up ahead? My pleasure, Rossi. Glad to have you guys here. We can chat while roaming around this beautiful virtual world. Distance check. 7.6 miles. Might be that one. You think? So hard to see. Well, we'll get closer. Should be a large enough airport. We can actually 13 degrees. Okay, 13 degrees would be the runway heading. Something like that. Hey, 36 months. Goodness, huge milestone. Tada! Stutter. 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 Please no. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the emotes. I wonder where you got the inspiration from all those emotes. Not sure, but they do look interesting. Airport should be on the left, on our left here. Four miles. Now 4 miles, I think I have an idea. It should be around that point. But yeah, so probably that's it. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, good. Perfect. Very innovative. Found on Alex's desk. So Alex is the culprit after all, huh? Figures. Okay, let's refuel here. There is a fuel point somewhere near the ramp, so let's try and park near there as close as we can. Snow Runner. Have you guys played it recently? Hey, Caso. No Caso flying this time. How are you? Thanks for joining. Let's go with that. Hardware specs should be in the Amazon gear thingy in one of the panels. Not sure how you get to it, but it should be there in the info panel. And then resolution is 2560 by 1440. Okay. Let's go and join the traffic pattern here. Be a responsible citizen. Turn on our landing lights. From what I've seen in the videos, It seems like this thing depends on the airport, how busy it is. If the airport is busy, then I think the helicopter will join the pattern, or at least try to space themselves out, work with tower accordingly. But if the airport is not busy, usually I see helicopters just going straight through to the landing, to the helipad. But it's a nice practice, getting used to things. Good to hear, Kaso. What have you been busy with these days? There's the runway. Beautiful. I'm actually looking forward to one other plane. You guys remember the Piper Arrow? There is a turbo variant coming soon, I think. Really excited to fly that one, get back into fixed wings. Bit high, no problem. What place is this? Somewhere in France. Also don't know where exactly. Oh, I can actually hear the engines changing sounds. Might be a tad too fast. There you go, that's fine. The fuel is somewhere there, I think. No, that's the plane. Yeah, that is right beside the plane there. Alright. Let's get off this taxiway and try and stop there to refuel. Make that turn. No, it's not. Where is it? 1 second. Oh, there it is. There it is. I see it. My bad. Over on the right. Let's just go straight to it. Maybe not too fast. Oh my goodness. Disaster. Might be losing control of my helicopter, guys. I blame Caso. Give me a bit of time to settle in. Let's just go back here. So this is when you can go sideways and go back even. And you're in this kind of like hover mode. It's probably not a technical term, but that's as practical as I could term it. Good there. Not very good today. Very unstable. Probably because I'm facing... yeah. Probably makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Because I'm so... Let's do this the proper way. Because we have winds. And I'm facing the wrong way. So normally... it's harder to... I think it shows you the effect when you're not using the winds to your advantage. Something like that. Oh, that's very bad. There you go. Oh, there you go. Okay. Whew, somehow it still landed somewhere near. Well, let's hope we can do a better job next time. But for now, that will have to do. Didn't even shut down the engines anymore. A bit of a shortcut there. It's fine. Let's make our way. to the next stop. That guy is trying to marshal me. Nope. Not going there anytime soon. This is the problem when you try to rush things. Then, yeah, I found that flying a helicopter requires a huge amount of finesse. And then whenever I try to rush things is when the disasters usually happen. Alright, there we go. Winds look good from this side. Let's try and stay close to that runway heading if we can. There we go. And climb. And turn. Awesome. Yeah, we can proceed. Have you been trucking recently, Caso? How long has it been since we've gone Caso trucking? Alright, Aussie. Have a good one. Catch you next time. Enjoy the coffee and cake. Five is okay. We'll climb later. Oh, the weather here is starting to get better already. Nice. Yeah, those clear clouds getting closer by the minute finally. A bit more cheerful area. Where are we anyway? It's a good question. Load it up. Which city was that we explored? Oh, we have some more. Over here on the right. Why not? So many detours. I have a lot of points of interest, custom made assets in here, I think, in sim POIs. This might be Montpellier, somewhere to the northeast of it. Not sure what you call it, but we'll go there and see what that place has to offer. Avignon? Okay, it's interesting. I think we're on the right path here, so let's just keep on that trajectory. Goodness. But yeah, I noticed whenever I fly a helicopter after an hour or so, I'm beat. It requires so much fine controls that it really requires full concentration. It's not like it's different. Like when you are, maybe it gets better with time, but comparing if I fly 3 hours with a fixed wing plane versus I fly 3 hours with a helicopter, my goodness, the level of exhaustion is different. It's like a different beast altogether. So many different controls you have to be maintaining in a helicopter. It's much more involved, but usually after an hour, like, oh, I'm done. After this mission, I'm done. So we'll see how long I can last in this stream and flying this thing. But yeah, this is when the autopilot really helps alleviate some of that that burden. Let's see, go heading mode here. Is it still the old one? Oh, I see. Yeah. The monitors are VG27AQ. Asus VG27AQ. Thanks for noticing. I thought I updated that list already. Maybe I updated it before I upgraded my monitors. At least the 3080 should be in there, right? Maybe that's when I updated the list. Let me see if I can fix that after the stream. Okay, cool. Thank you. That's more like it. Clouds starting to thin out. We can actually see the sun now, bit by bit. Start speaking out there now. Pont du Gard. Aqueduct Bridge. Ooh, another bridge. Nice. I like the sound of that. Semi descent to 1500. A bit up close and personal. Yeah, I love how the landscape is looking. It's a bit more barren in this area. Well, at least the colors are a bit more brown. 'Cause in some areas they're super lush, like green everywhere. It's like those transitions happen very slowly. You don't even notice they're happening until you're in a completely different landscape already. Very nice. Also, you might notice I'm banking a bit here to retain my direction. Otherwise, if I fly level, I will be blown off by the wind going a different way. Not sure how helicopters do that, because I can easily just apply a little bit of right pedal here to maintain my straight flight. In an airplane, in a fixed wing, you don't really do that so much. Just grab wherever the wind makes you face. In a helicopter though, I'm not sure what you do normally. I haven't seen a video that describes that yet in more detail. Most of the videos I've seen center around the flight controls, you know, the basics, cyclic, collective. But how the helicopter reacts in flight with wind, I still have to look for a video. Maybe I'm really looking for the wrong keywords. You're safe. Good. Great to hear, Tom. Great to hear. Stay safe, man. Thanks for the update. No worries at all. Thanks for letting us know. It's great to hear. And look, we're being blown off by the wind here. So I have to maybe apply that right pedal in there. I don't think we'll lose any speed because of it. Maybe not. Not so sure. Or is it better if I bank like this? Just to keep that same direction. Either way, we get to where we're going. We'll figure it out. Yeah, good to hear. in the video coming later in Truck Sim ETS2, I finally get a chance to drive in Pro mods again, and my goodness, it is very refreshing. Oftentimes when I load up Pro mods, I only drive in the latest areas to make sure that I'm in the most updated, most how do you say, the best areas basically. So I have that assumption that the later areas are more well made, which is generally the case. But I've driven in this episode that's coming out, I drove in an area that's not the newest. Oh, that's the one, I think. Slow down here. There it is.
The Pont du Gard is an
I'll
ancient
continue later.
Roman aqueduct bridge built in the 1st century AD to carry water over 50 kilometers to the Roman colony of Nemours. It crosses the river Garden near the town of First Pont du Gard in southern France. The Pont du Gard is the highest of all Roman aqueduct bridges and one of the best preserved. It was added to UNESCO's list of World Heritage Sites in 1985 because of its historical importance.
Oh, that's it. But it's good to see. Cool. Nice to have those custom structures in. Don't think we need to get any closer though. Don't think I need to hover in there fully. Let's see what else we have. Okay, we'll view this other one and then we'll continue to where we should be going in the first place. 'Cause this one looks interesting, like in the middle of the city, in Avignon. But yeah, so I was exploring these areas in Pro mods, not the newest areas, but relatively new, and it's just so amazing to see that even back then when they developed some of these areas, they already had the proper mindset, would you say, for accuracy. Because looking at the signs, the quality of the signs and how full they are, like even if I'm not familiar with how the place looks, the signages and the way the road networks are, I'm sure they're pretty close to accurate. And it's just so refreshing to drive in Pro mods again. I love those highways that have such how do you say, such flavor, such local flavor in them. Why is there an obelisk there? Yeah, I guess those obelisk buildings still need a bit of refinement. $1,500. Just keep that altitude if we can. There you go. Good. Wonder what highway that is. Looks like a major one, huh? We haven't been doing much VFRing recently, or IFRing. We follow roads. City should be coming up ahead. I think past that river that we're seeing in front. Good. Let's keep that in. It's beautiful. Do I have live weather still? This looks amazing. We do. Wow. That's a great thing about live weather. It's much more random. You never know what you'll get. Love that aspect of it. If you look outside, that view, yeah, so nice. It's almost from a movie. Chase cam from helicopters. I like that. I see a city up ahead. Yeah, there you go. Building starting to materialize. Now there should be a specific landmark there soon. Frame rate wise, all good still. How is this game? Is this a game or a sim? How are you, Jay? What's happening? You've been busy with recently. Let's go look for that thing. Actually, why isn't there? Maybe I've hidden it, huh? There we go. Yeah, I should not be hiding that. So we have a clear view of those landmarks. It's just so nice being able to travel literally anywhere. Simmy game or a gamey sim? Yeah, that's a very good point though that Alex made the other day about games versus sims. At the end of the day, they're all games. Some with more sim elements than others. Oh my goodness, I love the reflection on the water here. And it pays the best if you don't get too serious about these things. How I like to see it is the fun should always come first, even if it is at the expense of the realism. That's why you're playing in the first place. Get that fun.
The Palais des Papes is a historical palace located in Avignon, southern France. It is one of the largest
Very
and
nice.
most important medieval Gothic buildings in Europe. Once a fortress and palace, the papal residence was the seat of Western Christianity during the 14th century. 6 papal conclaves were held in the Palais, leading to the elections of Benedict XII in 1334, Clement VI in 1342, Innocent VI in 1352, Urban V in 1362, Gregory XI in 1370 and Benedict XIII in 1394. The Palais is actually 2 joined buildings, the old Palais of Benedict XII, which sits on the impregnable Rock of Doms, and the new Palais of Clement VI, the most extravagant of the Avignon popes. Together they form the largest Gothic building of the Middle Ages.
Very interesting design. So they say it's 2 buildings? Where's the split, you guys think? That one. Ah, yeah, might be. It's like this main castle in that addition. Could be, huh? Very nice. Alright. And then it's filled with these European looking houses all over. Beautiful. My goodness, look at that view. Ah, this sim. Beautiful. Just breathtaking all over. Over torquing. Good, good. All good here. Enjoying the view. No clue how to pronounce that though. Palais des Papes. Palais des Papes. Very nice. And the frame rate is much better now, much more stable when we turned off the multiplayer. Yeah, there is a bug there at the moment. interesting. Is that actually a shadow cast by those clouds right above? That looks pretty real. And those are the French Alps we're headed straight towards, finally. Looks like the weather over there doesn't seem so bad compared to the previous days. Hopefully that keeps up as we get there, because the weather is dynamically changing. Oh, Alex should be the one replacing the lady. The info you're giving is much more interesting. You should be the one filling out the stuff here in Bush Talk Radio. Disputed Pope, goodness. She's an amateur. Sure looks like it compared to your knowledge. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Still cannot get over how beautiful this sim looks. And how that's done without much need for handcrafting. Yeah, when Plum asked that question in a recent Q&A, I answered that, right? Still can't believe it. Just the entire concept of it, right? Being able to automatically generate the entire world with around, I would say, around 80% accuracy without needing manual intervention. But my goodness, that is just, wow, scary to the point. Yeah. Yikes. I wonder what other applications can be done here. Because once you're able to map the world like this, the possibilities, that would be very interesting. What will be future applications here? And I wonder if this same pattern can be done on a more detailed level. Like we were talking about it. Like, yes, this might be great for flight sim, but if you do the same approach, for example, for truck sim, it won't really work. Because you need much more details on the roads. And right now, if you go and look at the road here, it will have floating cars, right? No signs, no road markings and whatnot. And to get it to that level of detail requires something completely different. Split in the Catholic Church, 2 popes at the same. I think I've heard about that back in school. I've forgotten it since, but that is an interesting conundrum. So apparently, interesting things don't only happen in Discord, huh? Before Discord was born, real life handled all of the drama. Now everything is in Discord, as proven by recent events, you could say. Ooh, there's a mountain close to us. Mont Ventoux. I guess that's the one. That might be this one. We'll just play it. We'll not go near it, because it will be too out of the way. But we can play it here even if we're not that close to it.
Mont Ventoux is a mountain in the Provence region of southern France, located some 20 kilometers northeast of Carpentras, Vaucluse. On the north side, the mountain borders the Drôme département. At 1,909 meters, it is the highest mountain in the region and has been nicknamed Beast of Provence, the Giant of Provence, or the Bald Mountain. It has gained fame through its inclusion in the Tour de France cycling race. In 2009, it was the scene of the first penultimate day mountain top finish in the Tour de France, with Alberto Contador sealing his yellow jersey. As the name might suggest, it can get windy at the summit, especially with the Mistral. Wind speeds as high as 320 kilometers per hour have been recorded. The wind blows at over 90 kilometers per hour for 240 days a year. The road over the mountain is often closed due to high winds, especially the Col des Tempêtes just before the summit, which is known for its strong winds. The real origins of the name are thought to trace back to the 1st or 2nd century AD, when it was named Vinter after a Gaulish god of the summits, or Ventop, meaning snowy peak in the ancient Gallic language. In the 10th century, the names Mons Ventosus and Mons Ventorius appear. Mont Ventoux, although geologically part of the Alps, is often considered to be separate from them, due to the lack of mountains of a similar height nearby. It stands alone to the north of the Luberon range, separated by the Monts de Vaucluse, and just to the east of the Dentelles de Montmirail, its foothills. The top of the mountain is bare limestone without vegetation or trees, which makes the mountain's barren peak appear from a distance to be snow-capped all year round. Its isolated position overlooking the valley of the Rhone ensures that it dominates the entire region and can be seen from many miles away on a clear day.
It's beautiful. That's sad though. It's like separated from the rest of the Alps. A lone mountain. 2 bros and lots of stuttering. Exactly. Oh, let's go there. It would be nice if they could simulate the wind speeds, huh? See how that looks here in the sim. True magician. Alex is a true magician. Thanks, Alex. Make sure to click the FS 2020 tab. Some people miss that and complain to me that the mods list is only for ETS2. So nice. So nice. Mods list link in the video description. I think I'll change my video descriptions to have the first line as the mods list link. Maybe that will help a little, so in case even if they miss the show more button, they can still get access to the mods list. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, the number of comments I have to make about the mods list every day is quite interesting. Where is the airport? I don't see it in Bush Talk Radio. I think I'll have to look for it in Little Nav Map. Okay, we're headed straight through, no problem. Elevation 2,883. So looks like I'll need to climb a bit. Runway length 1,700. Pretty short, but no problem for us. Add a video which shows where to look for the mods list. So I will point them to the video, which will point them to the mods list, which will point them to the actual link where they can get the stuff. Yeah. Have them work for it, huh? But yeah, to be fair, I think it's partly people not familiar with how YouTube looks. Bro. And yeah, I think it's mainly a design issue with YouTube. Because in the beginning I was thinking, yeah, some people might just be a bit technically challenged. You know, they're not very familiar with the buttons. But then once I get more things like that, like, and getting that every day, it might not be the people themselves. It might have something to do with the design too. Because we've had some people in Discord also miss that show more button. And if you're not familiar with YouTube so much, then it might be an alien thing to you. So if you don't look for the button, if you just scan through it, you'll get the title of the video. So the video itself, right? And then right below it would be the title. And then right below it would be a video description, a couple of lines. And then afterwards you'll get to the comments. but it can be very easy to skip through that there is actually a show more button on the video description. So if you're just skipping through to the comments, then that might be tricky. One thing I could do as well is always have a pinned comment with the video description. So even though they miss the video description, they'll still see the pinned comment. That can be something. Oh, look at those trees. How beautiful that is. I love how each of the trees are shaded. They're not flat. They literally feel that they're 3D. That looks so good. Wow. Actually gave me shivers looking at them closer. And then add to that, you also get the shading from the clouds above, so you can actually see some of them more shaded than the others because of the clouds, the cloud shadows. That is beautiful, my goodness. 3,500 sound. Looks like a good altitude for this place. Airport should be on our left. Yeah. Scooty. There's a tab there at the top. Make sure to click the FS 2021. The FS 2020 tab. Be clear. So maybe I can't really change that though. The tabs are default layout, so I can't make the font bigger. I think I'll just have to point it out to people who miss it. There you go, right here. Actually don't have snow in here at the moment. Interesting. Well, maybe when we get to the higher peaks, get more challenging. Do we have enough altitude for this one? Yeah, I think so. 3,500. Should be fine. This is what I love about helicopters. It's agility. You can stay as low as you want. And if you need to climb, it's so easy to climb. I sure am looking forward to more variants of helicopters in the future, especially ones with piston engines maybe. I would love the sound of that. We'll see what the community comes up with. Alright, so the airport is like 20 miles away. We'll have to cross this mountain. And yes, I won't have enough for that. So we'll have to climb a bit. Because that mountain right in front looks pretty high. Maybe at least to around 4,000 feet, 4,500. Huge double helicopters, the one with two rotors. The Chinooks. Oh, yeah. That would probably fly very differently, huh? Be interesting. I wonder if they have their propellers working on a different direction. Or if it's the same direction. Because I'm thinking if it's an opposite direction, would their torques fight each other? So basically you are in level flight. You won't need to apply as much anti-torque on the pedals because they have opposing directions. Maybe, I don't know. But maybe that would have some other side effects. Good. Yeah, exactly those sounds. Piston engine helicopter. Detroit. Yeah, sounds good. Is that a song, Jack? Yeah, I've been watching a couple of helicopter videos, just learning more about them, like general trivia, how they work. One of the videos I've watched discuss things about the number of blades in the main rotor. Like this one, well, we can see it now. Oh, so good. But this one has 4 blades in the rotor. And they're actually saying that the one with the less blades, if you have like a helicopter with 2 blades, then that makes more of the chugging sound. Shoot, 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 shoot. Because the blades have to spin faster, I think, so it kind of cuts the wind stronger, so that has that more chugging sound compared to a helicopter with multiple blades. It would have a more even sound, a more level, consistent sound, I think. So if you want that chugging, you might need those lesser blades as well. Maybe there are other factors involved too, though, because we do hear that a lot in those Chinooks, those military helicopters. Where could that runway be? It is a grass runway, I think. 2,800 feet when we are right in front of it. I think it's that one. Yeah, it's that one. Or that one. I have no idea. We'll see as we get closer. Dang it. No need to hide them like that. What do you mean hide them like that? Are they hidden? How would you propose we show them better? Yeah, that's something I'm constantly want to get ideas for. Because I'm not hiding them, at least not intentionally. And I try to show them as much as I can, but I think the message is not getting across. I think it's that one, right? 1 mile away. Yeah, probably that's what they call an airport. But tricky. Okay, let's start slowing down here. I'll just stop here wherever. Landing lights, taxi lights. Some direct links on this page. Which page? The mods list? There are direct links there. Classic blade sound, you need a Vietnam War era Huey. Big flat blades make lots of noise. Oh, it sounds good. At which? Like in one of the panels, could add a mods list link. That can be a thing. Yeah, there is a panel with the intro, right? That can be a thing, I think. It's a good suggestion. Would that be easier versus having to type exclamation point mods for you guys? So I think some people also don't see the info panels immediately, especially if you're on mobile. Let's end here. Come on. Settle it down, settle it down. There we go. Okay, first leg done. I think we need to load up something again. Is it? Yeah, smoking pipes. Let's open the doors here. and load them up. No, he didn't. What a troll. He did contribute a lot there though, to be fair. But yeah, I would say it's a community effort. When people recommend mods, I check them out, and if they're good, I include them there as I use them. Thanks. Glad you're finding some use for it. Right, off we go. Do we need to refuel? No. Why are we going so slow? Am I doing something wrong? I was hoping that I would accelerate by now. Am I missing something, guys? We are in flight mode, right? Yes, we are. Huh. Maybe it's the wind. Does that have that big of an effect? We do have a 4-knot tailwind behind us. Yeah, I think so. Goodness. It seems so different from like taking off with full-on headwind. Apparently that has a real effect, huh? That's a good realization. I thought I could just ignore it and take off forever. But apparently, yeah, it affects performance drastically. Makes a lot of sense. Right, off we go. Next leg. Lima Foxtrot. Let me try to see if I can click it from this far away. Lima Foxtrot Kilo X-ray. That worked. Alright, good. Yeah, being on a helicopter sometimes is like cheat mode. You can climb at will, hover, climb, go faster again, and whatnot. So cool. You left your parking brake on. I almost checked. But yeah, helicopters do have parking brakes, right? I don't get why, but there are parking brakes in some of them. Let me see here. It's the EPU. Not anymore here. Yeah, I was surprised when I saw that some of them have parking brakes. Like, what would brake? What would be held still? Hey, Geek Squad! Hey, Nestosh! Yes, unofficially. This is from a mod. Not officially supported yet, but works great. It's a good primer. Especially for people like me who've never flown helicopters in a sim. In any sim. PS5. Nice. Awesome. What games are you playing? Congrats, man. Glad that it's there now. Sure thing, man. Mods list, exclamation point mods, gets you there. That's a good point. I should leave a link of them in the mods list in the info panel too. So even the lurkers, if they're shy about typing exclamation point mods, they can get access to it. Parking brake holds the blades in position while that's a good point. It's not really holding the helicopter in place, rather the blades. Yeah, that might be, huh? I'm shy. Biggest lie ever. We're getting some snow there in the distance. It might be. Okay, let's go and see. Sure. Godfall. What's it about? What's that game about? Is that a PS5 exclusive? That map is not very useful, I'll just hide it. Looking good. Let me show you Little Nav map. This is why I like Little Nav map. This is one of the reasons. See our route. As I plot the different airports, you see the elevation data in here. So you kind of get an idea how high you should be. Like in this part here in particular, it's saying altitude is 10,500, the safe altitude. So I definitely will need to climb there, or because this is plotting that on a straight path here, maybe I can loop around those mountain peaks or something. Did the sim just hang on me? Are we still live? That's the first time that happened. First time in a long time. I blame Jack. My goodness, yeah. Looks like it crashed. Wow. That hasn't happened in a long time. Still mostly live. My goodness, I think it got shy when I showed Little Nav map in there. Had this yesterday for 30 seconds. My goodness, really? Okay, let's see. Let's get some water first. That is what the parking brake will do. Now we know. I think that's more Jack's parking brake. Yeah, I don't think it will recover. It does seem like it's still reading though. Yeah, it looks like it's still running. Weird. It's not working. That was interesting. First time it happened in a long time. Blue screen. Must be the lights. Dang it. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, I blame Scotsman. Oh my goodness. How are we recovering from that now? Not even sure if Skypark was able to record that. Well, we'll see soon enough. In any case, we'll go to the Alps. At least we'll try. The wild Singaporean fiddling wildly with this. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Yeah. But that hasn't happened to me in Flight Sim before. Interesting. That's a first for everything. Usually when it would hang on by itself. But now it took the entire PC with him. Alright, let's see. Let's see what we have. Okay, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I think it was able to recognize where we are. Which livery? Yes, that's correct livery. If you can type that in, please. I do want to finish this job. It's going to be interesting trying to recover this footage for YouTube. I might just keep this last part. After all, we're not yet in the Alps. Alright. 356 at 14 knots. It starts on the runway. Make it faster too. Going to Lima Foxtrot Kilo X-ray. Looking good there. Alright. I think we're good. Let's get some full fuel in here. And off we go. Shortened YouTube VOD brought to you by Microsoft. Exactly. Yeah, the sim hanged. And then I was thinking if it would right itself. And apparently not. And so we waited for a bit and it took the entire PC with it after a while. So, yeah, a bit tricky. Yeah, too lazy for that, Jay. Let's see if I get if I'm in the mood to do some editing in editing the video, but I probably won't. Okay, let's resume that. Starting up. Is it raining? It's that falling. I think it is raining lightly. Interesting. Fuel pump is still off. Looks good. Let's leave that there. Go to flight mode. Awesome. It's good. Download and upload 2 videos. Part 1 and part 2. That can work too. Let's turn off that preview. Looking good. Alright. That should be better, guys. Alright. Controls are okay. Okay, let's get off this thing. Winds are coming from the opposite direction now. Interesting. So it looks like I chose the wrong runway. Oh, that's so unstable. Oh my goodness. Pick up some speed, please. There we go. Thank you. How slow that airspeed buildup is because of the tailwind, I think. Okay, let's climb a bit here. You can notice there's also a bit of shaking happening. When that happens to you guys, if you're flying this, the fix there is to turn off the windscreen. So go to the tablet here, unlock it using this button, and then config, and then turn off the windscreen like so. You'll lose the reflections, but you'll also lose the weird, like, fidgeting things that happens when it's raining outside. It's still a bit of incompatibility there at the moment. Okay. Hey, Gamaste. Yes. PC crashed. Not only the game, the entire PC. It's a bit scary. Hopefully it doesn't repeat itself. We'll see how it works. My goodness, what happened to the weather? It's suddenly so bad now. Maybe that's why the game crashed. Didn't expect a sudden change in weather. This was not like this. What the heck? It's like we entered a totally different area. Well, as long as it doesn't ice. 8 degrees, okay. Also, I think altimeter is wrong. Just a tad. That's fine. It is live weather, it says. Interesting. Ooh, there's a rainbow there. Cool. Clouds are friends. Not so much in this case. Yeah, let's see. I'll probably just paste the two. Just have to take a break so I don't rage quit so much, and then I'll edit it out if I'm in the mood. Oh man, it's not so scenic anymore. I guess it's more light rain than fog, huh? That's fine. Should we go bush talk radio again? Let's see. There we go. Let's crest that thing. Maybe I go to autopilot first. There you go. Alright, so let's log into Bush Talk Radio. 1 second, let's turn off track IR. So it doesn't fidget all around. Alright. Thanks for waiting, guys. We are back for now. We'll see for how long. Alright. Let's see what's in front of us. We do have some interesting points of interest in front. Some mountains, I think. Mont Agile. French Alps. Interesting that there's that term. Okay. We'll see. Let's get rid of the autopilot here. I think we can hand fly this for a bit. Get a bit of enjoyment. There we go. It is a bit here on the left side. Time to get a new PC. Triple monitor 4K at 144. Sounds good to me. Or maybe not. Depends on the hardware, huh? Do we have any icing happening? It's also a bit tricky with this helicopter because icing is, I think, visually disabled, but in reality it does still happen. So there is still icing, you just don't see it. Thankfully, even if there is icing, I don't think the helicopter just goes down. At least not in this sim. In reality it might, I don't know. But I've gone and continued flying even with 100% icing on the structure. It's just heavier. It's just like less performance, something like that. But more or less it still flies pretty well. So hopefully we won't be at risk there, but we'll see. Okay, there are some mountains. I think what we can do is keep on going and I'll just play them. Are those actually moving? Yeah, these are... This is like the... How do you call it? Like when it's raining, you actually see the rain from afar. It's pretty cool, right? It's amazing. So if we step in here, we should see that rain coming up against the windshield and stuff. We'll see if that works the same way. Alright, let me play this one.
Mont Aiguille is a mountain in the Vaucours Massif of the French Alps, located 58 kilometers south of Grenoble. The mountain, known as one of the 7 wonders of Dauphiné, is a relatively flat limestone mesa surrounded by steep cliffs. The mountain lies within an area designated in 1970 as the Vaucours Regional Natural Park. Mont Aiguille's limestone cliffs, especially on the northwest side, are popular with climbers. Its first climb in 1492 was said to mark the birth of mountaineering. It has a height of 2,085 meters.
2,085? It's around what, 6,000 feet? Not too bad, we can crest that. That's somewhere in front. I think it's that one. There, that might be the one. I'm thinking. there is one more in front of us. Basilica of Our Lady of La Salette, Grenoble. Oh, okay. Let's see. Alright. Have a good one, Jack. Thanks for staying up late. Appreciate the company.
Bye, have a good time.
Perfect, man. Catch you soon. Catch you tomorrow. You're streaming tomorrow, right? Ooh, what is that? Looks like a very different building. Or not building, but structure. Is that the mountain, maybe? Yeah, it sure seems that way. Let's go and look. It is an actual point of interest in the sim. That might be the one. A very interesting look. Okay, fine. Let's go and drop by. Good night, Jack. Okay, fine. I'm convinced. It looks great. 60 miles away destination. Do we have enough time for it? I don't know. We'll see. "4 a.m. Goodness. Have a good night, Scooty. Thanks for hanging out in the suggestions. Glad you are liking the mods list as well. Enjoy. Catch you soon. Me? No. Jack will be streaming tomorrow, I think. Ooh. That looks like an interesting mountain. Then we can pass through a city. Oh yeah, that looks great. That looks like a plan. Interesting. I'm looking at the Bush Talk radio map here for the points of interest. I'm seeing what could be on the way. It's along the same lines of where we're going. Oh, look at how beautiful that is. Yeah, we can make that work. Okay, so let's do it this way. We can go through this mountain, then follow the valley. That should eventually land us in a city called Grenoble. Grenoble, I think. And then that should get us into some interesting valleys, some dams and whatnot. And then that should lead us to where we need to go soon enough afterwards. There it is. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Let me fly properly. Spanner Mania tomorrow. Did he say what he was streaming? Hopefully not SnowRunner. It does seem like it stands out a bit though, doesn't it? Like, does it really look like that? Like it doesn't really merge with the rest of the scenery? Maybe that needs a bit of refinement. He didn't say no, SnowRunner. Hey, Wild Dog. I am using a flight stick. Thrustmaster HOTAS 4 for this one. Good. Let's play that again. Now it's more applicable.
Mont Aiguille is a mountain in the Vaucours Massif of the French Alps, located 58 kilometers south of Grenoble. The mountain, known as one of the seven wonders of Dauphiné, is a relatively flat limestone mesa surrounded by steep cliffs. The mountain lies within an area designated in 1970 as the Vaucours Regional Natural Park. Mont Aiguille's limestone cliffs, especially on the northwest side, are popular with climbers. Its first climb in 1492 was said to mark the birth of mountaineering. It has a height of 2,085 meters.
We have a yoke. Ah, I see. I think it should still work. Yeah, it will just feel a bit weird, but maybe just use one hand on the yoke. And then it will get the similar feeling. Yeah, it's fun, man. It's fun. It's great learning how to fly it. And if you don't want to get into all the nitty-gritty details, there's also there's a basic and an advanced mode, depending on how immersive you want it to be, how involved you want to be. But if you want just like casual flying, you can start with basic. If you want more, you can go to advanced. But I think the yoke should be more than enough for it. See how that looks. So this is the popular side, the northwest side. That must be where they say the... Yeah, that looks like a nice place to climb, right? Let's take a photo here. Oh, sorry. There.
Mont Aiguille is a mountain in the Vaucours Massif of the French
Did it
Alps,
play again?
located
Yes, it did.
58 kilometers.
Stop. Got too excited. Quite interesting landscape. Okay, good. It's got some airspeed again even here. A bit more stable flight. Okay, off we go. Oh man, that just looks so great. Oh, this looks nice. Actually a better view, huh? Maybe don't dive though. Is that a medicopter? Yeah, I think so. Looks like the French emergency services. I think this is. So quite apt for this area. 5,000 feet. Let's stay there. Looks like there's snow up ahead as well. Let's see if we can experience some snow. That's the best part though, the transition. When the green areas and then the snow starts coming up. You can actually see the transition of the landscape. And now we even have an additional twist. We even have these rain particles. Rain area. I don't know what you call it. Rain fog. The city is the way there, but I think it might be too out of the way, so I think we'll not push through with that plan. Instead, we'll go straight so he'll have enough time to enjoy the actual Alps. Something feels weird. There you go. Okay, that's a bit better. .53. Okay, 5.3 it is. Let's lock it there. And then let me try and trim it. Do all helicopters have this kind of trim? Because this one in particular has, but I'm not sure if it's a real thing or if it's just something that they put in. I think I've seen some helicopters do have trim. Just so you won't need to constantly maneuver and adjust the cyclic. So we can retain that altitude relatively. There you go. That's more like it. Oh, that is so nice though, huh? Oh, that view. My goodness. Just got goosebumps. That is a beautiful sight. Fine. Continue climbing here bit by bit. Monaco. Where is that? Sounds familiar. I don't think I've ever been though. Looks like we have some pretty thick clouds also near the Alps. We might be a bit limited there, even though we can climb higher, supposedly climb above the Alps. Might be not advisable with that thick of a cloud cover in the distance. Might be tricky. If so, we'll have to snake around the nooks and crannies, the valleys, and that's actually the exciting part, trying to find a way through to the destination. Let's see. Courchevel, okay, I see it. A retirement destination. Due south on the Mediterranean coast. Smallest, wealthiest country on earth. Wow. That sounds good. It'd be a nice tour. Future retirement destination. Hey, thanks for following. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining, and feel free to join chat as well if you are in the mood. Or happily lurk away. Either way is perfectly fine. And if you're interested in any of the mods I'm using right now, any of the plugins or whatnot, exclamation point mods should give you a link to it. Just look under the FS 2020 tab. Such a nice variety. Grand Prix track. Maybe that's where I've heard it from. Hey, Turna. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the follow as well. Beat you to it, Alex. Don't tell Jack. Let's maybe sneak around through here. Instead of cresting that mountain, we can go around it, get inside the valley. But yeah, this is what I've been doing offline a couple of days ago, and I've been enjoying it, so I wanted to take you guys with me, because this traversing through the mountains like this, it feels so good. It's very different. You have to always be 100% attentive. Can't just let it go on autopilot or cruise or whatnot, because you have to be constantly looking for that right turn, and especially when you have a low cloud cover, you can just go above, otherwise you risk icing and whatnot. So quite cool. The challenge is nice, and it looks like the transition is happening here. I can see the snow-capped mountain there already. That looks beautiful. Although we are descending here. There you go. Not as big of a valley as I hope, but I think we can squeeze in there. And yes, you never know what you'll see once you crest over a mountain, right? It's one of the excitements. But yeah, that looks great. I think we can squeeze in ourselves in there. That looks promising. looking good. So we can either take that valley right in front of us, 12 o'clock, or this one. I think is a bit more on the way. Not really. Yeah, I think this one is a better choice. Also goes perfectly well with the direction we want to head in Courchevel. I think let's take this one. And let's keep that altitude of 5,500. I think this is perfect. Nice. Sometimes I think there's some flickering happening, and then I realize, oh, it's the propeller, it's the rotor. Yeah, I love flying through here. So you get something different every time. I've flown through this area a couple of times already, around 3 or 4 times, going on different missions with Skypark, and each time it looks so different because of the weather. In some areas it's like zero visibility in sometimes, so all I have to rely on is my PFD, synthetic vision and whatnot, to get me landing. And then there's icing and everything, and sometimes it's just so scenic, although I don't think I've seen it clear yet. There's almost always some clouds in this area. I guess that's pretty normal in mountainous areas, huh? But yeah, that's part of the appeal. There you go, that transition. Snow is starting there in that area and looking really good. Increase the collective a bit. I think as long as we go below 95, we stay below 95% torque, we should be fine. In terms of temperature, I think we're good as well. Yeah, looking good this direction. Very nice. Is that the city below? Yeah, looks like it, huh? Cool. What's interesting though is there are no winds here, and I'm not sure if that's realistic. If you look at the PFD, it says no wind data, which is quite interesting. Maybe the winds are blocking, or the mountains are blocking the winds, but I would have expected this area to be pretty wild in terms of winds, all the updrafts and stuff. Maybe it also depends on the time of the year, or depending on the weather in general. But yeah, all throughout the times I've been flying here, the winds have been pretty calm, like 3 knots at most. But yeah, maybe it's just how this area looks like. There you go. Look at how that transition looks. From back, everything's so green. To front, like entering a different area altogether. And then you get this half and half kind of thing, which is pretty nice. So it's not just like a straight line that divides the snow areas. It's actually a proper transition happening. Here we are. It looks good. So we should be able to follow this through. Take the left exit there. As long as these clouds don't go lower, you might be okay for now. Although the problem is, I think even if the clouds don't go lower, the mountains do go higher, so we're getting a bit squished. I think that's a very common problem. It's a very real problem, especially for helicopters. Because helicopters tend to try and stay visual, right? And tend to stay low. But when you get that squeeze, I'm not sure what the technical term is, that the land goes higher and the clouds go lower, the proper or the valid areas where you can go gets more and more limited. So it becomes very tricky. I think that caused a couple of accidents in the past as well. especially as when the weather is this dynamic. You have to stay ahead of it, otherwise it can really catch you off guard. Can cut you off. Like here, for example, we need to climb here, but if the clouds were any lower, we couldn't really climb. Technical term is eek or burr. That works as well, yes. But yeah, there's just something so humbling flying next to mountains this huge. Like you get the scale, the immensity of the world around you, and it's just like, wow. And being able to do this in the sim, it's just an amazing feeling. This would probably be even more goosebumpy if this was in VR. But yeah, the VR, I'm not totally sold on it right now. I think it's a very, how do you say? I think it's a very personal experience at the moment. It probably gives immense joy to the actual player, to the guy wearing the headset. But I don't think the viewing experience is as good. So I'm not very sold on it yet, because I do want to share all of this stuff to you guys, and if that would degrade the viewing experience, then I'm not on board. So for me, I think the proper middle ground is the track IR. So I get that fluid head movement that's not too shaky, but still you get the entire visual fidelity of what I'm seeing. What I see is what you see, basically. But that may change in the future, we'll see. For now, pretty happy with this kind of setup. Looks like we're going around here, but if we meet a dead end there after we turn, might be tricky. Never seen a VR video stream that wasn't hard to watch. I know, right? Yeah, same here. Same here. As cool as it seems like it can be, it's just very shaky. It's less crisp, it's more shaky, shakier. It's just not as good as a viewing experience as how you would have it in a flat screen. Can even induce motion sickness. Oh yeah, that's true. Even while watching. Yeah, let's see. Oh, the snow is really getting thick here. And yes, I think we'll have to start climbing as well, because the mountains are doing something similar. If we had nice weather, I can just climb up all the way to the peak and just go straight to the destination. But the weather does not permit such a maneuver, so we'll have to be very careful with this. 7,000 might be a possible altitude for us. We'll see. Yeah, that's something that I hope can be further refined though. You can see all those changes. I'm not sure if that's really necessary. Because it does ruin the immersion a bit when things start flickering, especially when they're near you. Oh, that looks good. That looks promising. It's like there's actually an opening that's welcoming you. Like, come in, come in. That exact spot right there in front of us, that V-shaped thing. And we can see that the clouds don't go that high, at least not yet. Ooh, what is
Col du
this?
Glandon is a high mountain pass in the Dauphiné Alps in Savoie, France, linking the Bourg d'Oisans to La Chambre. It is situated between the Benidum, Grandes Rousses and Arvin-Villards mountain ranges, west of the Col de la Croix de Fer. The road over the Col du Glandon was opened in 1898, although it was not linked to the Col de la Croix de Fer until 1912. The pass is normally closed from the beginning of November to mid-May. It is sometimes used by the Tour de France cycle race, including on the 2013 Tour.
Makes sense why it's closed. I think there's one more. There's one more landmark in here.
Col de la Croix de Fer is a high mountain pass in the French Alps linking Le Bourg d'Oisans and Saint-Jean-de-Maurienne. The pass has featured in the Tour de France 19 times since it was first passed in the 1947 Tour when the race was led over the summit by Fernand Camille. The approach from the northeast from Saint-Jean-de-Maurienne is 29.5 kilometers at an average gradient of 5.5% with some sections at 9.5%. And the one from the southwest from Rochetaille 31.5 kilometers at an average gradient of 5.75% with short sections in excess of 11%. When coming from Rochetaille, the road forks 2.5 kilometers before the summit, leading to the Col du Glandon.
Thank you for that information. Let's see if we can climb through here. Still no winds here. Quite strange, huh? Still not sure if that's correct. Barely 2 lines about the Roman aqueduct, I know, right? Her priorities, I think, are a bit shifted. There are some houses here, literally on the mountaintops. Wow, that looks so cool. That is so interesting. I guess if we find something flat enough, a surface flat enough, we can land there, huh? If we had time, that is. Just go anywhere, literally. So cool. And my goodness, the mountain from a distance like this. That looks so nice. Let's take a photo there. Beautiful. Okay, where are we going? This way, the left. Now I think those mountains are higher, but thankfully the clouds are also thinner there. So we should be able to climb easily enough. Let's climb to around, I don't know, 8,500 for now. Let's see. That's enough. Getting closer to our destination. Yeah, this is when you would really be having a close eye on the weather, on the clouds and how it changes. Look over there. Snow ends that region as well. Quite nice. Getting too slow. Also, one thing that I notice when I'm going too slow is that kind of like hover mode starts triggering. Like when you have to apply left pedal to keep stable. It's probably a good sign that you're losing too much airspeed. The stability that the airspeed is giving is lost. And it's nice that it's actually modeled in here. I think that should be pretty accurate to how it should be. Ah, look at that. Clouds have thinned out. That's perfect. I think from here we should be able to just go straight through where we need to go. Beautiful. Should give us a peek of those peaks. Ideally. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's the view I'm looking for. Yes. As soon as I get stable here, let's pick up some airspeed. So look at the winds though. Yeah, 1 knot here. Is that for real? Really no winds here? Very interesting. Yeah, look how low the cloud cover is over there. Thankfully, that all goes better once we get past that point. So nice. This is so nice, the weather system. And yes, we do have some complaints that, yeah, it's not really accurate. It's based on forecast or whatnot. So it's not like, probably not live weather, but it is dynamic weather. And for me, that's great enough actually. Having something that moves with you. I don't need it to be exact with real life. I need it to be realistic enough in its own world. Surely it must be windy all the time. Yeah, I think so. That might be something that needs to be fixed though. I would imagine it's windy over here. Seems weird how calm the winds are. Getting close to Meribel. But yeah, the last few times I was flying through here, nowhere was the weather this good. It was like that one even worse. Multiple times. Oh, that looks so nice. Combination of those mountain edges, the shading, and then the clouds and different shades of the clouds. Just, how can a sim look like this? My goodness, we're living in the golden age. So yeah, in terms of visuals, there is very little to complain about. Some refinements for sure, always will be those things, but overall, my goodness, it's my wish that all sims can look like this. I think we can start descending now. The airport itself is, I think, around 5,600 feet, if I remember correctly. It's also, I think, 7 miles away. So I think it should be after we crest this mountain here, it should be beyond that. Let's see how that looks. Oh my goodness. This landscape is unbelievable. Might not be as close as I hoped. 1 second, let's arrest that descent. It might be beyond this one still. Yeah. Might have descended a bit too early in there. Might need to climb again. But yeah, it's a very nice change of scenery, especially with last week where we were focusing more on the cities, the urban areas, the bridges and whatnot. Now it's all the natural beauties of the place. It's very nice. And yeah, those edges are the ones that I'm saying. If you compare them with real life, if anyone has been here in real life, I think we will find some very interesting real life comparisons. I would bet that those are pretty close to the real thing. Each and every edge in there. Okay, this time I think that's it. After we crest this area, how far away is the airport? 3 miles. Yeah, it should be right beyond this mountain. If only I can see it already. I think that's the one. I see some buildings there. That might be it. Alright, let's start our descent here. This is where we started the episode. The Skypark episode in YouTube. And this is where we're ending the stream. Now since we have barely any winds around, I guess I should be able to just land straight toward the airport. Don't even need to follow the runway or anything. Start slowing down. Well, I can turn on the lights at the very least. Yep, that's the one. You can barely see the runway. You can see it in the synthetic vision. That's about it. There it is. Keep it steady. Almost there. There we go. Slow that descent. Slow down. Whoa. Slow it down, slow it down. There we go. Whew. It is a tad cold. Although 3 degrees? Huh. Not as cold as I would have expected. Not as hot. This is where I took that photo from. Look how beautiful that is. My goodness, right? My goodness. And you even have those blades of grass moving with the wind. Oh my goodness, this sim. Cool. Strobes, nav lights, pitot heat. Turn off the engine. Open the doors. Ooh, it's cold. I wish some of that coldness would come in here. Doors. Open the back. Beacons can go off. Fuel pumps can go off. Looking good there. Let's go and deliver this thing. Just in time. My goodness, we actually finished the job. Ice cream sandwiches? Who would need ice cream sandwiches here? There you go. And there we got 433 XP. Awesome. Thanks. Thanks, Jay and Alex, and everyone else who might be in the stream. Sorry for the sudden stop a while ago. Let me see if I can paste the footages together. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate the company. Catch you in the next stream. Catch you on Friday for some trucking. For a difference. Right? Alright. Have a good one. Bye. Have a great time indeed. Thanks. Catch you soon. Bye-bye.